It's 8:30. Good morning. I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. A former chief judge of the district court says he has no reasonable doubt of the guilt of Kathleen Folbig after an inquiry for killing her 4 children at Singleton. Eleni Lanbetsos reports.
13 years after she was convicted of killing her 4 babies over the space of a decade, an inquiry has looked into the evidence against Kathleen Folbig. It's heard arguments saying at least 2 of her children could have died from a genetic disorder, and that was enough to reopen the case. But former New South Wales Judge Reginald Blanche, who presided over the inquiry, has rejected the evidence and says the inquiry only reinforces Folbig's guilt. The 51-year-old will be eligible for parole in 2028.
An aged care development has been given the green light at Bolton Point, even though it's more than double the standard building height limit for the area. Lake Macquarie Council last night voted 7-3 in favour of the $32 million lakeside development on the Ridgeway, which will feature 108 rooms, with the building to be as high as 4 storeys on its southern boundary, 9 metres higher than the standard building height. The approval comes after a report to Council said the project will employ landscaping and tree retention measures, which will soften the look of the building once it's complete. John Barilaro has come under fire for not revealing projects funded under the Resources for Regions program after promising the announcement would be made shortly during a visit to the Upper Hunter in May. The acting Premier confirmed 11 projects worth up to $50 million were to be funded and more details would be delivered in the coming weeks. Shadow Minister for Natural Resources Paul Scully says communities like Muswellbrook have made their applications but are yet to hear the result.
They're being delayed and delayed and delayed. Now, a number of weeks ago, the Deputy Premier announced that he was going to make an announcement, but there's been no follow-on. Communities want to get on with the work because they need the investment in their local area. They want the spending to occur and they want the work to start now.
A survey by Hunter Water has found the majority of respondents would be happy to pay a little more to support recycling and water conservation measures. Around 3/4 of these 700 participants said they'd be happy to pay an extra $1 to $2.50 a year to increase the amount of wastewater being recycled for the irrigation of parks and sports grounds. 80% said they'd pay $2 a year or more to increase stormwater harvesting in the region. Newcastle Council is calling on the state government to support the city's commitment to increasing the number of trees in urban areas to reduce heat and improve biodiversity. At tonight's meeting, councillors are expected to support a motion to ask the state government to help Newcastle plant more trees to provide additional green space, better biodiversity, reduce flooding and to cool the city down. Council says new research into the urban heat and island effect is showing how important a natural canopy is for bringing the temperature down in paved areas. Deputy Lord Mayor Declan Clausen says the state government's investment in Sydney is welcome and council is calling for their commitment to be matched in Newcastle.
We're committed to planting 1 million trees in the city of Sydney. We're requesting that the state government match our commitment to delivering more trees in the city of Newcastle as well.
You could be forgiven for thinking spring has sprung a little earlier than usual this year. Temperatures are expected to reach 24 degrees in Newcastle and Maitland, around 7 degrees up on average for this time of year. Expected northwesterly winds gusting to 35 kilometres per hour has also prompted the Rural Fire Service to declare a high fire danger for the region.
2NURFM Sport.
Knights captain Mitchell Pearce believes the teams with the greatest desire will emerge from the traditional late-season fight and qualify for the NRL playoffs. Pearce, a veteran of 6 finals campaigns with the Roosters, including their 2013 premiership triumph, believes the competition is entering its make-or-break phase. He says the team has things they can work on.
Getting our defence back in track more than anything, and it's a massive game this week. Mark Hughes Foundation, going to be a big crowd. Obviously massive turnout at home, so you don't lose yourself over 2 weeks.
Charlestown will give young attackers Liam McDonald and Tyrell Paulson a chance to impress when they take on A-League club Central Coast in a friendly match at Lyle Carr Oval tonight. The Mariners will use the match to prepare for their round 32 FFA Cup match against the Magpies at Maitland Sports Ground next week. And Curry Rugby League coach Ron Griffiths is unsure whether he'll be reappointed as the Bulldogs coach next season, but says he's interested in a 4th season with the club. And the winning numbers in Monday Lotto are 25, 4, 3, 38, 17 and 27, and the supplementaries are 18 and 29. 2NURFM News Time, 25 to 9.